My name is Miriam. I'm an actress and a voiceover artist, and I live in Cologne, Germany.
Who am I?
Yeah.
My name is Amor. Firma F is a creative collective founded in February 2020. Well, actually, it was founded before. It was founded in November 2019 by Miriam Radovic and me. And our first project is a theatre play, dramatization of the graphic novel by Liv Strömquist, Fruit of Knowledge.
We consider ourselves or our work as a feminist work, anti-racist work, body positive work, sex positive work. Yeah. Actually, okay, how did I become an actress? I was always fascinated by theater, but I was always too shy to see myself as, someone becoming a real actress, like doing this job. But I started to study literature, comparative literature, and I discovered that that it was like the most fulfilling for me was to bring this literature into life. So this is where I discovered, let's say, my talent for acting. And when I first decided, maybe I should go for an audition and at least try. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm just going to see what happens.
When I was a kid, I said I was going to become an actress. There was never a question of anything else. So it was like that. And then I went to, after school, I went to acting school, and then I started working in theater and then in film work, and so it was really straightforward. What is important for me as an actress? Okay, that's to enjoy my work. Yeah, to have a good time while working, meaning like to work out of pleasure rather than out of pressure or fear or anything else. No, it's important to work out of pleasure and to enjoy the work.
Honesty. Actually, when you meet people for the first time and they ask you what you do for a living, it's always like, you have this cliches about, so you know how to lie. But actually it's the opposite. I think you're best when when you're honest. When you're honest with yourself on stage, when you're honest with the text, with the character you're playing, with the people around you. I think this work consists a lot of honesty.
Feminism for me means to include everybody in a society, to not make exclusions of certain groups of people. For me, feminism means to empower everybody as much as possible in society and to include everyone, to create a society where everyone has equal opportunities, equal choices, or in this case also opportunities for choices, and to be able to live freely how one's desire without, of course, how can I say this? To live freely how one's desires, and to have all the opportunities like everybody else, to have no differences because of race, gender, age, sex, sexual orientation, preference, all these things, or physical abilities, disabilities. Yes.
Feminism for me means equality of all people, no matter what gender they are, what sex, what religion, what race, what nationality. Yeah, you can't call yourself a feminist and being racist. You can't call yourself a feminist and be homophobic. Yeah, you cannot call yourself a feminist and being Islamophobic, for instance.
I guess feminism is important because we live in a very unequal world, and it's important to give every human being on the planet the same opportunities, and also I think feminism goes even further, is also to create an environment, meaning also nature and plant life, animal, wildlife, to create a sustainable world, basically. And I think it's very important because so far things are looking not so good for many parts of society and the world in itself, and it needs to change. And I believe feminism might be able to do this in a productive way.
Because equality and like everyone having the same chance in this world, like by law, is an important thing to achieve, and it's a long way to go.
We chose the graphic novel Fruit of Knowledge because it...
The Fruit of Knowledge. Why did we choose it? Because, yeah, we were interested in this topic of the female body and the positive aspects of the female body. I was first thinking of the vagina monologues, but then discovered the Fruit of Knowledge, and then for me everything was clear because I mean the vagina monologues were amazing. Yeah, that was something so new and so brave. But now we have a different discussion about feminism, or we have different things in focus.
We chose it because it answers a lot of questions, I think. Like, how does the female genitalia look like? How does a vulva really look like? What is a vulva? And the vulva is not the vagina. The vagina is part of the vulva, but it's not. Like, many times I said vagina, but it's actually the vulva which I meant. How does the clitoris really look like? And I think it's really important to know how the female genitalia looks like, especially because there's so many women who don't know how it looks like or how it's even called. And it's very important. And that's just one part of the graphic novel. There are also other parts in it. Some of them we could include, others we didn't. But it's highly empowering, and it's very, very important.
No, actually, I don't have a favorite scene because it was I'm involved in every scene, and this was the process of creating the theater performance was so intense. So I cannot pick out one scene as my favorite one. It changes, depends.
I don't think I have a favorite scene, but I really like the aliens. I think I love the aliens because I like bizarre things, and I like that the light changes, and that the scene is about, we are in space, we are two aliens, and they receive post mail from the NASA, and which was actually something which really happened I think in the 70s or 60s. The NASA sent a silver plate into where they send a package into space, which included a lot of things in case it was gonna find life outside of the world, aliens. So that they would encounter, like they would get something from the world, from the planet, and learn something about society. And one thing which they put in there was a silver plate which included a drawing of a naked man and a naked woman. And the naked man had, of course, male genitalia, visible genitalia, and the naked woman had nothing. It was just the two legs and a line which connected the legs, but there was no female visible genitalia, no vulva. And apparently there was even a discussion for it to include a small line, which I guess symbolized the parting of the vulva lips. But they even thought, no, this was pornographic, or was back then considered pornography, and they didn't want to offend the aliens or the extraterrestrial life. But it also shows that it was, of course, a group of men who made that decision. And I really like that now. I don't want to spoil it, but that we actually, so we play that scene. What if the aliens, the extraterrestrial life, what if they received this mail with these two drawings, and how do they react to that? Like how, what would their reaction actually be? Like one possible reaction.
Yeah, it affects my life and my work life, like in all ways. Yeah, that actually the most difficult thing is like really starting something, like to really get going, like to plan things. You don't know how to plan, and you never know what the future is bringing. So, but the feeling you have now that things are changing from day to day, rules are changing every day. You just don't know how to grab things, how to make ends meet, how to bring people together, how to meet in real life. You start a performance, and on Saturday you think you have place for 100 people, and the next day it's 35.
Okay, to work as an actress, there's very little work, of course, and it's very limited, and also, I mean, like first in the beginning of when, like in early March and April, they shut everything down, and there was you couldn't work. And then they slowly started opening the dubbing studios again, and then they started filming again, the theaters, but everything, of course, under certain conditions and just limited. And now we're very lucky that we can actually perform, because we're only 2 people, and we can perform in a small space, leaving a lot of space for the audience. But it's also it's very challenging, because we depend on the ticket sale, and now that we have this limited group of audiences, we actually need a certain amount of audiences. So we actually need a very big space for our tiny stage, but enough space in between the audiences. So that's very challenging, and we need actually financial support. Like we cannot. Like how it is right now, unless we have many shows after another, we need a certain amount of shows to make ends meet. Be kind to yourself. But that's it's easy to say. I don't know. It's what kind of find projects you can occupy your mind with. I don't start drawing or painting, or something you can do independently, so you can have some sort of way to express yourself and call people, talk to people on the phone, and I don't know. It's go out if you can go outside. Always go outside at least once a day and take a walk.
I don't know, because we're in the middle of it and we still don't know what is yet to come. So maybe patience, even though this is not my biggest strength, but I think what we need now is faith, patience, and still like creating a safe space for your creative ideas, and hang on in there. Like I hope we still can go on with the ideas in our minds.